Today we're going to review some videos and we're going to show what to do, what not to do. So I want to start on this first one, and this is in Ohio where a father is forced to shoot his daughter's ex-boyfriend because the ex-boyfriend tries to break into the house. So they've got a Ring doorbell here, and on the Ring doorbell you can obviously see the guy come up. The family tells him to get away. Also, very, very important note, you can hear the father saying, "Hey, I have a gun, get out of here." Obviously, unless you're a psychopath, nobody wants to shoot somebody. I certainly have zero desire to shoot somebody. So if somebody's trying to break into your home, by all means, first you should have a gun for home defense. That's the best way to do it. But you should tell them, you should say, "Hey, I've got a gun, get out of here." You know, get that threat to hopefully come to their senses, not always as in this case, but to get you out of your house. Same thing, if you have a gun for home invasions and you run to the top of your stairs and you hear somebody rummaging around, you should say, "Get out of my house, I have a gun, I've called 911. You want to do these things. So this guy did the right thing by telling this daughter's ex-boyfriend that, "Hey, I've had a gun, buddy." So here you can see the ex-boyfriend. He is slamming into the door. He's trying to get in there. So the father has said, "I've got a gun." The family is, screaming, "Get out of here, get away." Now, the important thing to remember is we know that men are more likely to be criminals, and we know that when it comes to crimes of passion, men and women, but mostly men, do very stupid and idiotic things. So you hear these stories over and over and over again about these men who stalk their ex-girlfriends, ex-wives. One of the things I do in my company is I work with a lot of women who are domestic violence victims who have stalker boyfriends, and we know that if you're going to be murdered in life, it's going to be by an ex-spouse, it's going to be by an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, etc. It's going to be somebody close to you. So you've got to be very wary if you're one of these people that has a stalker, which is why when women come to me, we go through a litany of things, but I tell them, have some kind of weapon, have a gun, have a tactical pen, have a knife. Many of them use a stun gun flashlight, which is a wonderful thing to have because, of course, when you're walking around at night, you have the flashlight, but also a stun gun. It intimidates them, and if they get close and you touch them, it hurts like a son of a gun. Ask me how I know. If you haven't seen my video where I have my 8-year-old son use a stun gun flashlight on me, go check that out because you'll see how much it hurts. But anyway, back to this teenager's, I assume she's a teenager, but I don't know. Back to this girl's ex-boyfriend trying to bash into the house. Several times you see him through the Ring doorbell. He's laying his shoulder in there, and finally he hits the door open. So what does the father do? Well, obviously he wants to protect his wife, his daughter, whoever else is in the house at the time, so he fires several rounds. And from the look here, the doorbell camera, he's a pretty good shot. He hits his threat, which is what you want. If you're gonna use your gun, you obviously want to hit the threat, because if you don't, who knows what that kid would have done when he came in there. From the video, I couldn't see any weapons, but of course, if somebody's breaking your house, you always want to assume they have weapons. Maybe he has a knife in his hand you can't see, maybe he's got a knife in his pocket, maybe he's got a gun in his pocket, maybe he's got a gun on his hip somewhere that's covered with a t-shirt. You never ever know. If somebody's gonna break into your home, you gotta assume they're not there for cookies and milk. They're there to do something bad. So as soon as that door hits open, the father fires several rounds, which is great. You don't want to wait. Somebody just bashed in your door. Do you really want to sit there and backbend? No, please don't, please don't, please. I mean, how many times are you gonna tell them? You've already told them multiple times, and again, you do not know if they have a weapon. So several rounds have been fired. You can hear that they call the police, which is obviously a very important, good thing to do. So for instance, in my home defense, if I'm going out there with a gun, which I am, I'm the primary home defense person in my family. As soon as I go investigate or go out with my gun, my wife is dialing 911. So have your home defense plan where one spouse is the gun is going to the top of the stairs or going wherever, the other spouse is calling the police. So this kid, after he's been shot several times, he backs up, he falls to the ground. You see a neighbor come in here from the side, from the left, and the neighbor, this is where human beings are idiots. That neighbor's coming in there, shots have just been fired, the family yells something about, we shot him, he tried to break in, or whatever exactly they yell, but the neighbor keeps getting closer and closer. You don't know if that person on the ground has a knife, has a gun, has a weapon. You do not go up to them and get close. So that neighbor is not doing the smartest thing in the world. You want to stand back, you want to let the police come and do their job. Other thing, as soon as the police arrive, you hear them say, do you still have the gun, or they yell some verbiage at that. The homeowner says no, which is a very important, smart thing to do.
Okay, you guys have your gun down?
Yeah, we're right here.
This gun
if you ever have to use your firearm in self-defense, before the police are walking up there, assuming the threat is down, you want to put that gun away, you want to put it in your pocket, you want to put it far away from you, because of course if the police see a gun, they're going to take action. They don't always know who the good guy and the bad guy is. So keep that gun out as long as the threat is still out there. You obviously don't want to fire one shot and then holster it and have that guy come and kill you. You want to fire multiple shots until the threat is stopped, until that threat isn't coming after you anymore. Then you're going to holster that gun. Then you're going to put that gun somewhere safely in your house so the police can enter and you do not have a gun in your hands at all, and none of your family members have a gun. So overall, this dad in Ohio, he did what any father should do who's protecting his family. He did a good job. He warned the guy. He obviously must have known some past about this ex-boyfriend. You know, who knows, because we don't know the backstory, how crazy this ex-boyfriend was or whatever threats he had made in the past. So great job. And this is why you have firearms. This is why you have a gun. Who knows what this ex-boyfriend would have done if he would have bashed into the house and there was absolutely no way to stop him, right? If they just would have been sitting there weaponless. So good job. Father did what he was supposed to do, what fathers are supposed to do to protect their family. If you believe in protecting your family, if you want to know more stuff, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the ring notification. Please click below and you'll see some gear that can definitely help you protect your family. I'm former CIA officer Jason Hanson. I'm out of here.